Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at CME futures, Bitcoin CME futures on the hourly time frame, and we're taking a good look at the gap we left over last weekend. Just a couple days ago. And that is from technically, I guess, 57.7-ish to 60,800. Yep, it's a $3,000 gap there, which is unprecedented in Bitcoin history. I went over this in the previous video. The gaps that we have formed in the past that have not been filled have been much smaller than this. So it doesn't warrant us coming back down here. At least maybe to like right there. Let's see. Or at least make an attempt to get back down here. I have painted out the scenario in my my Bitcoin gap crap video in the Crypto Essentials that at some point the powers that be will create a gap like this that never gets filled, and that's their plan to liquidate a lot of shorts. And maybe this is that time. We shall see. Anyway, I do think that we will come back down here somewhere. And for argument's sake, let's just say 59,900. Because I have in my studies, my book studies, learned that when we do come down to fill a gap, that a lot of times something like a 65% fill of the gap is adequate to satisfy the crazy people that think it's a thing, and for them to move on from there. But anyway, I think if we just dip our toe into this region, it's probably good enough. And you can see here on CME Futures that we are forming this head and shoulders pattern, forming the head and then one more. So that will give us this little dealio here where we're doing a switch around back over to here, and that takes us into Friday. So let's go to the real Bitcoin chart. And that goes right along with my scenario that I've been put forth, the scenario that I put forth, that we come down into this region as early as Friday and over the weekend. Possibly. And you can see the head and shoulders pattern that we're forming here with the center line of the blue parallel channel right here as the neckline. Got the shoulder here, forming a head here, and then just the shoulder, and then we shall break the neckline. Thursday, we are on an hourly chart right now. So maybe heading into the Asian market open on Thursday in the Western world, which is their Friday, I guess. And looking to dump, then we would dump back down to somewhere around $58,000 possibly. And I'm guessing that we do then come all the way down to the bottom of the blue parallel channel. Now, another reason I'm saying that is that typically we oscillate in these channels. Now, we have this fuchsia colored line here, which is perfectly parallel to the blue parallel channel. However, it's down a little bit from the top. The reason for that is that's the height we reached here. When we came into this channel, came down to the center line, we only came up to that height, came back down to the center line, only came up to that height, and then actually fell out the bottom of it. But so we fell out the bottom. Remember, this is an hourly chart we're looking at. Here, here, here. But we did, for the most part, hold the bottom of that channel. I know it's sloppy, but whatever. You can see this price action here traveling along the bottom of the channel, other than these wicks out of it. So now we're coming back up through the channel. You can see that we had some, not really resistance, but support here on the center line of the channel. And we are making that head and shoulders here. So we should be coming down sometime by the end of the day, I imagine. Or by the end of, not the end of the day, but by the end of, well, yeah, either by the end of market close or by the end of the day, forming our head, and then Thursday forming our shoulder, and Friday dumping back down to fill that gap. Now, this move upward has been kind of weird. Wasn't making a lot of sense. And what is happening, I believe, is that the little puppet masters behind the scenes, it's really, really funny because I was watching NFA live with James and all the guys that talk funny, CTO Larson, and this other guy, this new guy. I wasn't really watching, I was listening, and I don't know who he was, but he was pointing out how something about Binance running the show. Binance is in charge of the Bitcoin chart with their little Etch-a-Sketch, and it's funny because that's what I've always believed. I believe that someone was, I mean, drawing these charts, it's just too, I've always thought there was a they, and then I guess I came to realize that the they is we are the they. The they is the collective market. This is the psychology of trading that is being drawn out on our little palette here. But it always seemed to me like someone did have an Etch-a-Sketch, and they were painting this canvas here, and it was my job to figure out what their next brushstroke would be, in the grander scheme of things. And anyway, who knows? But all I know is that it seems to work. And all these lines on the chart seem to work. And I don't know what I would do without these lines. I would be as confused as fuck. I swear to God, I would not know what's going on in these charts. but I have, thank God I have this, like the blue parallel channel that I can clearly see what we're doing. And I can clearly see that the center line is the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, which will reverse us down to the bottom of the blue channel. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. We shall see. And so then we got that going on. Oh, so I get back to here, this move upwards. I think they were using Germany, and let's go to a 4 hour so I can zoom out a little bit more. I think they were using Germany and whale selling to bring us down here, and then once the German selling pressure eased, all the whales had to do was ease their selling pressure as well to get this rally upwards. And the reason they're doing that, now we still have Genesis, right? I haven't really Googled that, but I know that's lurking in the near future here, if not already here. I don't know exactly the timeline on that, but Genesis is going to be selling some funds to repay their people, right? I believe. Look it up yourself. And then we have Mt. Gox too. Now, I do not think Mt. Gox is going to be anything like the others. I think a lot of those people are going to hold on to most of their coins for this bull run. But and as others have pointed out, that they've had many opportunities to sell, or specifically Crypto Casey, she said that they had opportunities to sell their to others, make it a deal, like when you sell your lottery proceedings or stuff that you've what are those things called that you've gotten in a lawsuit? Those payments that you get over time. Anyway, there's people that'll buy that stuff. So they've had that opportunity if they were desperate. And apparently the ones that are receiving their funds back have not been desperate over the years and may likely sell some, but not all, maybe half. That's what I'd sell maybe a third, keep the other 2/3 in the market. I don't know, but it's been 10 years too. It's a long time. But what's another year? So looking to come back down to the red circle here. Yeah, so all they have to do is maybe increase a little bit more selling pressure or whatever. Probably would take much to get us back down there. Freak people out again. So we have these red channels here. You can see we've been traveling down in this red channel. And now I propose that we are heading back up in this other red channel here. But you might say, well, wait, we're out of that channel. What the hell are you talking about? And what I do want to show you here, while I was talking about this head and shoulders pattern that we're forming on the smaller time frame here to reverse us back down to there. What that is in fact doing then is forming the final shoulder of this inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, with this small shoulder here, this large head, and then another shoulder here, the neckline being our fuchsia line here. And this final shoulder will come down here come back up, crossing the neckline. Where at our FOMC meeting in just a couple weeks, 31st. What is today? Today is 2 weeks from now. So I believe that we will come back down here, come back up, starting next week, maybe. And somewhere up here. Yeah, we're just going to make this little shape here. And then, coincidentally enough, where is all this occurring? At our previous all-time high, about 69,000. And then I believe that will give us finally the ability to get above 72,000. Now, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there, even if all this plays out. But I believe then we will pump up past 72,000. Possibly kind of hang out and wait to see what happens with the CPI numbers in August. Maybe, I'm guessing, I don't know. And but then with positive numbers there, I believe we will be well on our way to 90,000. So that's what I'm looking at. And let's see where we are at right now. You can see, so we are pulling back here. We came all the way up to just over 66 and are pulling back down. Now, we came down as low as 64.8 and are back up to 64.9-ish. But let's go to a 5 minute, see what the dealio is. Yeah, see, there's selling going on here. People are going to wake up to what's going on. All right, so that's that. The other thing I wanted to bring up is where is our moving average? It should be on here. I mean, yeah, our 21. You know what? It doesn't always show up here on this. Let's go to a 4 hour. Well, why isn't it here? You know what? Maybe it has to do with the oh, that's the 200. Oh, you know what? Somehow I turned it off. That's why. Here we go. Now, I do, in my previous video, I showed you, see how it's stepped like that? There's a smoothing thing here. Oops, that's how this happens. If you go to the settings, you can see this box down here on the bottom. It says wait for time frame closes. If that's checked, then the line is smooth, like right here. But as you can see, it says 64,813. That's where it closed on Sunday. But on this week, it is going higher, and you can see how much higher by unchecking this box. And it does a little stair step, and when we zoom in here, you can see that this was 64,813 there, but the new level for this week is 65,441. So we tried to get above that, but we did not close any 4-hour candles there. We did not close any, or we did not hold any 4-hour candle bodies above that line. We did form hourly candles above that line. 6 of them to be in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. These 6 candles right here on the hourly time frame, but no 4 hours. What just happened there? Did some sort of weird thing. There we go. We're back. Let's get those words out of the way. So let me stop because I'm lost my train of thought. So we're failing to stay above the 21-week moving average, which is our bull bear market trend line. And we're failing to stay above the mean band of the daily Gaussian channel here. Seeing a rejection from both of those here will get us down, at least back down to the bottom of the Gaussian channel at 62. However, in this case here, where we do have downwards curvature of the Gaussian channel, which is red now, and we did come down so far below the Gaussian channel, I think it's very reasonable to expect this scenario here to play out, and then from there move back into the channel, and at this point we would move swiftly through it after forming this shoulder, swiftly through this channel. After a first failed attempt, second attempt move right through. Makes sense. Now let's compare that to what has occurred in the past. Go to a daily time frame and see if that in fact makes sense. Now look at here, it's clearer on a daily time frame what's really going on. We closed yesterday enough below the mean band that our new candle for today would not be above it. Although we did wick above, we do not have a daily candle above it. So, and you can see now we're down 64.7. Now I'm going to pause because I'm going to scroll back through time. Well, I didn't have to go back too far through time to get into a similar scenario. And I saw this earlier and I forgot that I wanted to point this out. We're kind of doing something very similar to what we did in October 2023, although shifted downwards a little bit in our case. But in August of 2023, I think you'll remember this huge dump, similar to, I mean, this one was more severe, but similar to what's going on right now. We came down well below the Gaussian channel here, and now are coming back up into it. Got rejected off we didn't even come up to the center line here, but then came back down through the bottom of the Gaussian channel. But that's not the part that's similar. What is similar here is where In our case today, we're talking about the 21-week moving average here in blue and the mean band of the Gaussian channel. However, back in October, we're talking about the 21-week moving average, which we had fallen below, and the top of the Gaussian channel. And here we are failing to get above either, similar to what's going on exactly at this moment in time, and then got rejected and fell back down through the mean band of the Gaussian channel, from the top through the mean band, and then did have that move upwards here. I would just hesitated because I was looking to see if we were forming a head and shoulders pattern here. I guess, yeah, you could kind of make one out there, but not really. Whatever. It is early in the morning here. And so this is what I believe is going to happen now, except for instead of a rejection from the top, it's a rejection from the mean band, and will dump back down just outside the bottom of the channel rather than the mean band of the channel there. And it's the same thing. We actually did have a daily candle body, a couple of them close above the 21-week moving average there. So, none of this stuff is like lined in sand kind of stuff. It's just kind of, around that area. Oh, good. Thank God. We're down to 64.6. Yeah, so we're continuing. I know that doesn't sound good, but it makes sense. That's why I'm saying, oh, good, because we want the price action to make sense, and it's perfectly. I mean, depends on how you're playing it and everything, but we want things to make sense. This move upwards here really wasn't making sense to me. But the reason why it happened is actually they liquidated some shorts. Now what's funny is we never liquidate as many shorts as we do longs. Let's look and see actually. So you can see right here on the CoinGlass liquidation heat map I have for the past 24 hours. First of all, total crypto market cap's 160 million, with shorts only 97 million in shorts being liquidated. And here for Bitcoin, you can see that only 32 million shorts have been liquidated versus 21 million longs. And that's always the case. The shorts seem to get stopped out or whatever. I guess I don't know how that works. And it's always led me to believe that the shorts, the people with the Etch-a-Sketch are possibly a lot of the short sell pressure, and that's why they're not getting liquidated. There's a lot of that, and I think the people that are shorting the market, the institutional players like that Gareth Soloway guy and everybody, they know that that's how the Etch-a-Sketch people are controlling the market, and they're using that to profit. Anyway, so okay, that's that. All right, well, I think I've said enough. I think I've said enough here. And we will see you guys next time. All right, thanks. Thanks for tuning in if you made it this far. I mean, you deserve a prize of some sort. Oh, you know what? I haven't mentioned this in a long time. This is Alto IRA. This is the login page. And this is the Roth IRA that I use, or this is the company that I use for my crypto Roth IRA. You'll hear another one that is being shilled all over the place, and I had a horrible experience with that company. Not with this one. These guys, very easy, very safe. They use Coinbase to custody your assets, and for trading, there is no maintenance fee on this crypto account, and the only fee you pay is trading, like it's something like a 1% trading fee for each trade through Coinbase. And other than that, you can invest. No, I am not a financial advisor or a tax consultant, but with your Roth IRA, you can, and it depends on where you live and everything. Every jurisdiction has different regulations, but you can trade your your investments. You can add income in here that has already been taxed, and therefore it does not get taxed ever again. And you can trade as much as you want tax free in this account. I can. I don't know what you can do, but go check them out. All right, we'll see you next time.